everyone, and welcome to another Into the Void Real Review. This time we are reviewing Y2K. Okay, so first things first. This film is directed by Kyle Mooney and stars a relatively unknown cast of actors consisting of Jaden Martell, Rachel Zegler, and Julian Dennison. If you can, name any movies these guys have been in before this. Let me know in the comments below because I don't think I can. So, we venture into a movie about a time about 25 years back when the world had anxiety for what would happen when the clocks changed to the year 2000. Would our whole infrastructure crumble? Would planes, navigational computers wig out and cause widespread destruction after running into other compromised aircraft in the sky, causing mid-air explosions? Would machines launch nuclear weapons all throughout the world, creating mass chaos and destruction? Would machines come to life and take over the world? In the end, everything turned out okay, obviously, because we're still here. Or not. Or have the machines really won, wiping our memory of what really happened, and we are just in a computer simulation. Guys, you hear me? In all seriousness, though, Y2K explores the idea of what would have happened if the machines really did take over.
Okay, global computer apocalypse.
Sorry, guys. I guess you're fucked.
And I will admit that premise is fascinating, especially in this movie. At least in the beginning. After all, who doesn't have fondness of making those mixed CDs? When music was something that seemed to have a more tangible value. When you could go to a video store and actually peruse all of the movies or video games at your leisure. That was a pastime in itself that has a sort of nostalgia behind it that we can all appreciate. Y2K reminds us of those things at the beginning that I definitely appreciated, but honestly, that was probably the only good thing about this movie. Once the machines take over, which happens at a New Year's party that honestly could have been any party. Forget about partying like it's 1999. These guys need to get out more. It's like there's absolutely no buildup for what Y2K was all about at the time in this movie. There's no anxiety or anticipation presented here, making everything quite anticlimactic and honestly hilarious and not in a clever way. The machines just kind of merge together like some junk pile of electronics and proceed to kill people in all kinds of incomprehensible ways that make no sense. From that point, I knew I was in for a long, painful ride. Everything is low budget, which is okay, but it looks low budget. You know what I mean. We've seen other low budget movies do better in convincing us otherwise. Okay, so if it's low budget, next question to ask is if it's at least funny. Sadly, no. Too many jokes fall flat and everything is campy in a bad sort of way. Like a rapper dude who literally gets killed with CDs, and what's worse, he manages to recite one last rhyme before gasping his last breath, to which a guy compliments him on his sick flow. And what's worse, that guy that does the complimenting, he's a poster child for the music scene back in the 90s. Won't spoil who it is, but he makes an awkward extended cameo in the latter half of the film. Then there's the running joke of a condom being the thing that saves humanity from the machines. Yeah, I said this cast was quite unknown, but they really don't have the script to work with here either, and I don't buy that it's supposed to be campy like a dark comedy should be. It just is too silly and stupid in a bad way. This movie really does fall off a cliff after the machines took over. It makes me not want to relive the late 1990s or early 2000s after being on a nostalgic trip in the beginning. The music they picked in this movie also doesn't scream Y2K vibes either. You would have thought they could have come up with some better tunes, but sadly that is not the case unless Song is your jam. And if it is, there's no shame in that. This movie had me rooting for the machines to take out the humans for the last time. Guys, I would avoid this with a 10-foot pole. This is not even fit enough for download only. This is a relic of the past and needs to stay there. I'm giving Y2K a 3 out of 10. Be sure to like and subscribe if you want more real reviews. Let me know what you thought of Y2K. Are you nostalgic for that time period or are happy to not have to live that time period ever again? Let me know in the comments below and I will see you next time when we venture into the void.